Hi there, welcome back to Toffee TV. It's me, Paul, and this is the FPL Show. Everton players have been scoring points in FPL, which is a blessing for this show. Let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so I shall be going through today, slightly different format. I shall go through the Gameweek 4 talking points against Sheffield United. And then a new thing, I'm going to look at the Gameweek 1 to 4 player analysis. Now we have a few games under our belts. We have a little bit of data that we can go and have a look at, along with our eye test, which is mostly the talking points, to be honest with you. We shall see who the most owned player by Evertonians is. There's a new one in third place. Can you guess who it might be? And then my Everton player recommendations. So I have been doing like a differential shout, long-term pick, best highest scoring points player prediction for this week. But I've decided to try and narrow that down and into one basically slide of any recommendations I've got. So if I think that player is good for your team this week, then they will be in that recommendations. And yes, I have got one. Yes. Okay, so stick around. So that's to come in the show. So, match review, FPL talking points. First up, Doucouré scored not just his first goal of the season, in Game Week 4, Everton's first goal of the season. Header from Onana, saved by the keeper, and Doucouré hits the rebound in off the keeper. So Onana missing out on an assist there, but lovely to see a goal, lovely to celebrate a goal at last. And yeah, we shall have a look and see how his stats are looking in a moment. Jared Branthwaite, the £4 million defender, who I actually did bring into my team last week. He is a bench player, somebody that can come on if one of my attacking defenders' first three choices can't make it. So he is a bench player, but he continued in defence as I thought he would. And hopefully he'll get some clean sheet points or, you know, an attacking return at some point when he's needed. Pickford, in a lot of teams, with an own goal, so minus points straight away, but 6 saves, which is absolutely awesome. Own goal is -2, by the way, I think. 6 saves points, which give him his 2 points back. Ended up with 1 point, which since he scored an own goal, it could have been a lot worse, but hopefully 3 home fixtures in the next 4, albeit with Arsenal in the first one, we can get some clean sheet points off Pickford, because he's not a sell for me at this moment. Much bigger things to deal with in the team. And who knows, maybe he can save a penalty against Saka. He doesn't have the best record, does he? Beto started up top and gave us a shape and balance, and I really like him. I just, you know, we've been desperate for a striker for a long time, but he just I think he's going to make players around him better. I think, you know, no pun intended by Beto, it's by making them better, but I think he's going to bring more players into the game, and that's the type of player he is. So it was his ball that, you know, that Danjuma scored the second goal from, and it was a just reward, but it was his ball to Patterson to get his first assist. I might as well share those with you now since we're talking about it, to the side, that little layoff. So I just think, and it was, you know, in the game against Doncaster, it was a little healer from Beto to Danjuma for him to get that goal there as well. I just think he's still going to score, and he may get some assists, but I think he could be the pre-assister quite a lot, the man that's holding up play and allowing the likes of McNeil, who got into the game and has now had 2 weeks extra training, the likes of him to get him, and the likes of Danjuma. Jack Harrison was as soon as he's fit. The likes of them to get involved in the game and on the score sheet. As I've said, so just point, Danjuma scored the second goal, his second in 2 games, and it was a just reward. Trying to get towards that goal all the time. Looks a very attacking threat, goal threat from that left wing as well. And like I say, as I've already alluded to, Patterson got his first assist. We did concede 2 goals, which wasn't good. Was James Tarkowski to blame for the second one? Archer got a yard on him and just bent that ball around him. I know it came back off the post. You can't blame Pickford for that, to be honest with you. I don't think anyway. But is Tarky the same player this season? Just want to put it out there. Put your comments in the thoughts below, because he is still highly owned by certainly Everton fans anyway. Let me know what your thoughts on Tarky is, guys. So yeah, those are the talking points from the game. On to player analysis for game week 1 to 4 then. and I am using the website fplfactory.com. Link possibly in the description below. If not, fplfactory.com is their description. I do put it underneath all of my videos. Let's see what we're looking at then. So, in defence, in terms of, are any defenders looking any good? Now, we do play Arsenal this game week, but then we're away to Brentford and we're home to Luton and Bournemouth. So 3 home fixtures in the next 4. If it is an Everton defender, for me, the one to go for would be, at this moment in time, would be Nathan Patterson. He looks the most likely to get an attack in return. Ashley Young, possibly, but whilst he's played every single game, Mikalenko is there as the left back, challenging him for that position, although it does look like he's got it. But he has played in the right wing position as well. But for me, nailed right position at this moment in time. Nathan Patterson looks the most likely to get. He's had an assist, which is more than everybody else. Looks the most likely alongside Ashley Young, who has played in that right wing position in one game, to get an assist. Branthwaite looks like the most likely to get a goal. This is per start, by the way. If we look per 90, that might give us a slightly better indication. You can see the expected goal involvement is the highest for Patterson. Tarkowski looks the most likely to get a goal, but just as much as Patterson, to be honest with you. So, yes, he is my choice of Everton defenders at this moment in time, if that's where anybody wants to go. Am I recommending him? Not this week, not with Arsenal at home. Let's go. But that is the state of play this season so far over 4 game weeks. He does look like the best defender to go for if that's what you're doing. Right, I feel like I'm waffling. Into midfield. And this one I think is interesting because, like I say, I think it's the players around Beto that are going to benefit and their game could improve. And I think Danjuma very much in that sort of bracket. Decore, Onana and McNeil. I've put Garner up here because he's played in that right wing slot, and he probably, to be honest, it's not his position. He's filling in, he's helping out, and I look forward to seeing him playing in the like the Onana position or the Decore position at some point soon, and seeing how he fares there, to be honest with you, as a third midfielder more so. But as it stands at this minute in time, Onana is actually looking quite dangerous with expected assists at 0.62. Is this still per 90? No, this is overall, over the 4 games. We'll have a look at per 90 at the moment. But yeah, in terms of expected assist, in terms of expected goals, we're looking at Decore and Danjuma right up there. This is totals. Let's go per 90 because some of these players only played 2 games. As you can see, when it comes per 90 expected assists, it's actually Onana, which is surprising. But then with McNeil not playing, maybe that is why. But he does seem a little bit more improved this season, I think. Onana, I don't want to jinx it, but I think the likes of Danjuma, Beto, as you can see, he couldn't wait to celebrate with Danjuma at the weekend, and he has actually created 4 big chances this season, which is just as much as I think Bruno Fernandes and there's a couple of other players. He's one of the highest up in that sort of area as well. Let's see if that continues. It should do. He's that type of player, but I don't know. Part of me think he needs to play that number 6, but whether he can get it off Ghana Guy is another question. But I think maybe if we play him in that role, maybe he performs better, to be honest with you. We shall see. We shall see what happens. But it is, in terms of expected goals, it is Decore. This is per 90. It is Danjuma that are looking the most dangerous. And it is 5 points for a goal as opposed to 3 for an assist. So those are the 2 players, I think, so far. Decore, Danjuma, who may well be somebody for our teams. As you can see, influence, creativity and threat overall. It's those 2 players that are cleaning up there as well. Overall in the 8 to 9 sort of like region. FPL metrics. So yeah, up front, let's have a quick look up front. It's hard to choose up front, and to be honest with you, both players fit. I don't know who starts. I think it's Beto because he played the last game. Almost Calvert-Lewin's got to earn his place back, but Deitch is desperate for a win. We're playing against Arsenal and he is known to pick experience, so I don't know who starts excuse me, this game. Is it Beto? Is it Calvert-Lewin? I've seen him in the training videos playing, nothing on his face, just getting on with training with the boys, playing in like games either side. Calvert-Lewin was playing on one side, Beto on the other as the striker. So just in terms of training games. So I can't see him starting both of them. I'd love it if he started both of them. I think it would surprise Arsenal. I surprise everybody and could well G up the fans, so we shall see. But they are not players, I don't think, at this moment in time to be invested in. We do need to see how Beto plays this, see how they fit in together, to be honest with you. So, yeah, right, let's go back and get back into the rest of the video. That's my stat analysis, my player analysis for game week 1 to 4. So, who do I reckon? Most owned players by Evertonians then. Before I get to my recommendations and the players to watch for the week. As you can see, Pickford is still the most owned, and he did have that own goal. That's his sad face. I think mine was just as sad as that went in. Couldn't believe it. But he is still in half of our teams. Tarkowski, Branthwaite. A couple of people selling all three of those players, but not massively. But the biggest mover in this is Beto, coming in last week into a lot of people's teams after his performance against Doncaster. A lot of people backing him, and now in 15% of teams for Evertonians, showing how much they actually like the look of him. After that first game week, interesting to see how that looks after this week. Because my recommendation for this week, where's his picture? There he is. Danjuma. He looks the most likely to score for Everton, as we've seen the stats. That's sort of backed up. Per 90, he's got an expected goal of 0.68 and an expected assist nowhere near as high of 0.6. But that just goes to show the way he's playing, and where I talk about I think he is going to be that player that goes in for goals and is hoping to be scorer on the wing. Like not in the same calibre, but like Heung-min Son did, like when for years playing alongside Harry Kane, like Salah does from the right, shall we say? When he played alongside the likes of Firmino, Mane. That's the sort of, I think, role he's going to be playing for Everton, on the left or the right, to be honest with you. He is only £5.5 million, so he is a bargain, and there are a lot of people, I think over 500,000 people have hit their wild card button this week. So if you're looking for a cheaper midfielder to, maybe you're looking to bring in Salah and Trent, and they're a bit more expensive, and you do need a cheaper player in midfield, an enabler, if you like, that could get you some attacking returns. I think this is the player. Or maybe you have the luxury of a £5.5 million first playing bench option. This, I think, is a player that could do it for you. Certainly in the next 4 fixtures. Yes, we've got Arsenal at home in this first game. But did you know Arsenal haven't won at Goodison Park in their last 5 visits? And in fact, they've only scored 1 goal from open play, and that was Martin Odegaard in those last 5 visits as well. So I think a lot of people thinking this is a foregone conclusion. It's a 4:30 Sunday kickoff. Goodison hopefully is at its loudest and gets behind the players. We've got a striker to get behind, which we've not had at Goodison. So I'm hoping for and expecting a big crowd or big, like fan backing to certainly for this game as well. And then we've got Brentford away, which, whilst they are a very well organised team, they're not unbeatable. And then 2 home fixtures, do you call them plum home fixtures, against Luton and Bournemouth? So I think for in balance over the next 4 game weeks, £5.5 million, I recommend him. I actually did an FPL draft team this week, and I put him in. So that's my sort of confidence level in this player at this moment in time. Am I bringing him in ahead of the likes of Heung-min Son, James Maddison this week? No. But if I'm on a wild card and I need a £5.5 million midfielder, I think he's a very good choice. So he is my recommendation. Players to watch this week then, and over the coming weeks, are Abdoulaye Doucouré. Like I say, I think he could do well, feeding off Beto. Beto himself, how does he fit in? But not just Beto, does he get more minutes than Calvert-Lewin? We know a fully fit firing Calvert-Lewin is a great asset, but does he get to start in the game? Beto's only 6 million, Calvert-Lewin only 5.8 million. what is going to happen in that striking spot for Everton. And then in defence, another player to watch. I questioned whether he was last week, I think in this show, whether he was going to be able to step up, but with a beautiful assist, and it was lovely. It was one of those crosses that neither defenders nor goalkeeper can get to. But Danjuma, lovely, ready to put that in the net. With Onana just behind him as well, hoping to get on the end of it too. So he had a couple of good chances pre-season for assists. So hopefully he can settle in, because I do think there is a player in there. I was just starting to get a bit worried. But certainly I think our most dangerous attacking defender at this moment in time, and one to be watching. Right, that's it. The show is over. If you do want to join Premier with Toffee TV, here is the QR code. Very worthwhile watching. Lots of great daily live shows, discount off t-shirts, mugs, etc, etc. If you want to follow me, I do have my own channel, FPL Focus, over on YouTube. You can find that there. And I am Paul Livesey at FPL_Focus on X, formerly known as Twitter. That's it, guys. Thanks very much for joining me for the FPL show here on Toffee TV. I wish you the very best for Game Week 5 and look forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.